we would have conversations. Like Crizzley is a person that, you know, you can have a deep conversation with and like really get into like feelings and like, you know, personal things with. So
What you mean feelings like?
like he's just a good person to talk to, like I said, about like childhood trauma and
Oh,
like
okay.
things like
So
that.
it's more like he can since he went through that.
Yeah, like you said,
You
we
guys
bonded
know,
over that. Yeah, we bonded over that. And I mean, just situations even with like people just in the immediate friend group and stuff, like we would talk about that and just, you know, give our input on it. But, you know, it was always good. I always have good things to say when it comes to Crizzley and our conversations. So
Yeah, so speaking on friendships, I seen you and Brooklyn like aren't really friends anymore. It seems like they just
well,
hang around each other a lot.
yeah, like that's still my sister. I still, you know, I have so much love for her. But you know, we just, you know, we grow apart, and you know, she started hanging out with people. I did, and I mean, it's not no beef or nothing. You know, her dad does my tats. I'm cool with her little sister. Like that whole family has always been good to me. So you know, I have nothing bad to say about her.
Well, like anything bad at all? Nothing.
No, no. I
Okay.
mean, I know there's been some things that I've heard her say about me, and you know, it's all alleged. Like I'm not gonna sit there and hold her to that or anything because nothing's been said to me. I mean, in the messages, we're still very cordial. It's to see this, to see that. So, I mean, nothing's being said to me or brought to my attention from her. So, I mean, it could just be people pillow talking. You know how that goes too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all alleged. It's all he said, she said. So,
Cause how I like met you was at the friction shoot,
yeah.
and the main thing that I remember from the friction shoot was TA trying to see what you on.
I think y'all thought it was like some 2-man shit, and it really wasn't. But
Yeah, I was on the 2-man.
no,
I was chilling.
You talking
no,
about fiction?
I was chilling.
Brooklyn was just like, hey, like, I have this friend, he's doing this video, like, do you want to pull up? You know, I had my hair done, things like that. We just pulled up to see what the vibes were. I think
I
you were
just
shooting.
remember her telling TA not to mess with you, cause you out there. Per se.
And see, like, I didn't hear her say that. You know, like, it wasn't said when I was in the vicinity. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know anything about that. But I mean,
Does that bother you?
it could have just been like a thing where she was trying to mess with him, and like if he was trying to mess with me, like that made her feel some type of way, you know?
So that don't bother you that she said that about you?
Well, I mean, like obviously, I wouldn't want my friend going around to guys saying don't mess with her because this or because of that. But I mean,
She made it seem like you got that
That what?
that itch.
see, and
So we're
like
talking about like STD or like herpes.
and like the
All the
same,
above.
listen, and people were saying that about her, and I wasn't sitting there like repeating it or, you know, being like, oh, she got this and this, don't mess with her. I think that just shows character at that point, you know what I mean? Like, people are always gonna talk, someone's always gonna say something about you, especially when you're, I'm not gonna say in the public eye, but you know, a lot of people, you know who I am, know who she is. So when there's a lot of people around, you know, things are gonna be said regardless. And I mean, like I said, if that was said and about me whenever I wasn't around, like that just shows character, you know what I mean? Like I've never said a bad thing about her, and I still have love for her, like I said. So, you know.
So how'd you meet her? Was it like
So
does
like
she
I
be
said,
around?
I'm cool with her little sister, little
Yeah.
sister Micah. That's literally like one of my best friends. Her dad did this tat on me. This was the first tat I ever got. He also did my half sleeve.
That's cool.
So I've been around the family, and then I think she was just sliding up on my story, and we were being cordial, like on Snap, you know. And then she was like, "Oh, Micah's my little sister," and I was like, "Let's all hang out." And then we all hung out one day, and then we just got closer. You know, we knew some of the same people. You know, we wanted to go out to parties together. Like she was like my party friend. You know, we traveled. We went to Florida together. Like
Talk about it.
about what?
The Florida trip.
The Florida trip was cool. It was fun. I mean, it was with a lot of people that I really wasn't that familiar with. Like they weren't like my immediate friend group or anything, but it was cool. It was fun. We went just on a whim one day. I got 2 of my shifts covered and just drove down there, said fuck it. You know, I had like $500 to my name and just said fuck it and went. So it was a cool experience. It was, but
Was it cool with her?
yeah, there wasn't no problems with her. Me and her were like, clicked up the whole time. Like that was, you know, we rode together and, you know, things like that. I mean, shit got rocky at the end. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it don't
Okay.
matter,
yeah, it's cool.
Okay. Yeah, shit got rocky at the end, but I mean, it was just a whole bunch of drama. You know, when there's a bunch of boys and girls all in the same area, like we were all in one hotel room, like, you know, we can't be around that. We were around each other for 7 days straight, like just in a row, all sleeping like on the floor, on couches. Like it was a bigger hotel room, but it was like 7 of us or something. So you know
Yeah.
how that gets.
Yeah,
you know,
it gets,
so.
people get irritated easily.
Yeah,
and
people
stuff,
get irritated when you're around someone for that long in such a small space, you know? So it is what it is, but it was a cool experience. I'm glad it happened. I don't regret anything.
Why does it seem like you and her were only like around Hoovers? It seemed like that's the only type of people y'all be around. Are you guys like politicers or something? Or
Well,
like-
no, I'm definitely not.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't. I mean, a lot of the people we were around Brooklyn like introduced me to. You know, I was familiar with like some of them, and like I'd met some of them before. But like, I think Brooklyn does affiliate with something. I'm not really sure what it is. I'm not going to speak for her. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
they're her peoples. So I would just be where she was. You know. But you know, I know there was some situations like in a couple hotel rooms and stuff where, you know, things were stolen, things were touched, things were
By her?
messy. No, not by her, but like the people she was bringing me around, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And that's like not part of the reason I kept my distance, but I just didn't really fuck with that, you know? Like,
Is it like that environment? Like
yeah,
the
it was just, you
lifestyle
know,
that they live?
and I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. It was just, you know, guns around, drugs around, a bunch of guys around, you know, all like, you know, on that, like you said, politics, you know, things like that. And, you know, that gets messy. I mean, you've seen it firsthand, things like that when boys are on drugs and got guns, and even females too. Like I've seen females do it. It's just, it gets messy and it's just a bad environment, especially when you're trying to better yourself, I think.
Yeah. How do you feel like you got known? Like where your popularity comes from?
I really don't know. Like that's such a good question. I'm not really popping on Instagram like that. My Snapchat's really where it is. I got like 6,000 subscribers or something on there. I did a lot of shout for shouts back in like middle school. You know, like that's how a lot of people got views. But
Yeah.
then it might just be like how I look, how I act. You know, things like
being
that.
like a white girl.
You know, like white
around-
girl who's not, you know, skinny, you know, like just a skinny, basic white girl. I'm definitely not that. So, and then I just, you know, portray myself in a very like confident way. And I guess a lot of people just like see that and, you know, gravitate towards that. Sorry. But yeah, I don't really know how I really got, you know, poppin' or like known around here. But, you know, I know a lot of people. And then when you know a lot of people, those people know people. So, you know, it's just all about who you know and like stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
If you were to ask somebody else, what you think they would say?
I
Like,
don't
why
know.
it's always popping.
Well, there's a lot of stigma around there. Like everyone swears like I'm a hoe or I'm this or I'm that. But, you know, people are still watching my stuff regardless of how they feel about
Yeah.
me. You know, like if someone else you ask that to somebody else and they gonna have a completely different answer, but they're still watching my stuff, you know? So
How many bodies do you have?
I have 11 bodies. Is that a lot?
Was this like before 18?
I'm being very transparent here.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's no filter and all.
Yeah, no filter.
No cuts, no edits, no nothing, the raw footage, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
However you want.
Yeah, I have 11 bodies. I'm 18, so I mean, I guess y'all was saying that was. I mean, is that a lot to y'all?
I mean, are they all like hoodlums?
No,
Like
no,
gangbangers
no, no,
and
no, 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 no.
What type of people are they?
How many white boys do you have in there?
Yeah, how many white